Roleplay Retcon does not own any part of the original versions of the movies we retcon, nor are we associated in any way with the artist who made them. Also, while we are not the rowdiest bunch, we are adults goofing off, so we might say some things that some people might not want their kids to hear. Previously on Roleplay Retcon does Batman and Robin.
To the Botanical Gardens!
And it hits this door, and the door instantly freezes solid in a sheet of ice.
Well, this is our home now.
And he says, I am Mr. Freeze.
Look, guys, I picked up this here cannon piece.
There's a sort of raised stamp on it in the metal that says Gothcorp.
What? Gothcorp? Isn't that your leading competitor, Batman?
She hands a shadowy figure a vial marked Venom. In return, the shadow hands her a file folder. And we see, in her hand, is a picture of a beautiful woman, eyes closed, suspended in a frosty tube. The photo is labeled Nora Freeze. Guys, why do I have in my notes the word clorp?
Clooney Corp! Clorp!
Is it Clooney Corp?
Clorp!
It's been 2 calendar months since we recorded. Okay, is that why? I mean, I just have a series of bullets of things I need to do in order as we go through this. And it says scenario 4, Gothcorp. And then I had the core clue, which is for me. And then the first bullet point says Corp. With nothing.
You made that joke last time too. I'm not gonna remember what chlorp is.
Okay, good. Man, you guys have a good memory, because I had no idea where I was going with that. Okay, so I kind of want to take a page out of Telltale Games book. Rest in peace, Telltale Games.
Are they dead?
Oh, yeah, man. They had to lay off all these people. They're effectively gone. Did you know about that? It was it was big. Yeah, it sucks, right?
Yeah.
But anyway, their Batman game is really cool. So Telltale Games will do this thing in the Batman game where you decide if you want to approach some situations as Batman or as Bruce Wayne. And I'm gonna let you do that.
Mm-hmm. Or in this situation, Batman or George Clooney.
George Clooney, the Gothcorp CEO, Ferris Boyle, sorry. And so you can choose to either go... I guess, first of all, I should have asked, are you going to go investigate Gothcorp? You kind of have to, but are you?
Well, if I have to, I feel like I'm not going to. No, I'm just kidding, I will.
Okay. So how do you want to do this? Do you want to go as George Clooney, or do you want to go as Batman?
I feel like if my very good friend Ferris Bueller is the CEO of
really should have seen that
Gothcorp,
one coming.
Then I should approach him as his very good friend George Clooney, and perhaps we should just have some old, cocktails and cigars in front of the fireplace and just chat as gents.
Okay. I want to know also what the other two are doing, Robin and Batgirl. How are you approaching this situation?
Go ahead, Batgirl.
So to describe, Gothcorp is basically just a big headquarters, and it's like the Shinra building in Final Fantasy VII. That's not a good descriptor for this group.
Gothcorp just sounds like the company that runs Hot Topic to me.
Yeah.
Well, they're actually science. They do a lot of science stuff, and so they have R&D and the corporate offices all in the same building.
So the science of how a band T-shirt fits young goth people.
Absolutely, that is exactly what they do. Yeah, it's actually they were Gothcorp, and then they moved to Gotham because they were Gothcorp. They were like, oh, that'll be cool. And they were right. But it takes a surprising amount of science from a surprising amount of fields to figure that out. Including some cryogenics research to figure out, what's cool. Tell me what you are doing. Are you approaching this as Barbara Gordon or as Batgirl? And are you approaching this as Tim Drake or as Robin? Let me also put this arrow in your quiver. If you need someone to be costumed, you have Nightwing at your disposal.
Nightwing.
Like, I forgot from the last session. Are we incorporated with Batgirl now? Are we teaming up, or is she still like solo gunning this?
I think I tried to, but then I accidentally said something wrong and offended her. Is that what happened?
I know. I want to say that Mr. Freeze jumped through a window and escaped, and that Batgirl went after him.
Okay. Yeah.
And Batgirl, you just did not catch him. He left in a he left in his car, and it was a pretty good car, and you were just not able to keep up with it with the bike.
Because that's how it works.
Or you
it was
could,
a cool chase scene, but ultimately she lost him.
You could say he just froze my bike, and then that would be the end of that.
That definitely is what happened.
Okay, yeah.
Wait, did we go through this? Is this a thing that we did, or are you retconning this?
I mean, we stopped with you finding the clue, so this could have happened afterwards, after you found the clue, or in parallel.
Okay, so since we're not all Batman Incorporated yet, I'm gonna be in costume and I'm gonna be ghosting George Clooney's meeting at Gothcorp.
Explain more.
I'm gonna be stealthing around, observing what's going on without being seen.
What is your stealth rating? I don't know
It's an
off the
8.
top of my head. Okay, yeah, you're no problem. I think this is taking place in his office though, so
That's all right. Maybe I'm across the street
be
using electronic surveillance.
Okay, that's what I wanted to know. Cool.
Do they know if that Barbara Gordon's Batgirl yet?
I think they figured that out.
I think I remember Alex figuring it out last time. Yeah. While we were in the ballroom or something.
I think they've just been cool about it and haven't told.
Well, I think I took pictures of your person, but before I could surf the internet about it, you hacked my PDA and deleted them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't know?
I feel like
not.
Batman would know who Barbara Gordon is, though.
Well, we made observations about how you were acting all weird around Commissioner Gordon when he'd show up, and you'd run off all stealth. So we probably deduced it.
Yeah.
I think you don't know yet, and if you do, we're retconning it. Sorry, people listening.
I mean, it'll help us move along with the story. So
yeah, it definitely will. It definitely will.
Okay, so, well, I mean, there would be no reason for Barbara Gordon to be at Bruce Wayne's meeting, right? So yeah, I guess I'm.
Not. You would also have to reveal yourself.
Not unless she was Ferris Bueller's secretary or something.
No, I think she's like a college student.
I mean, college students can have internships.
Yeah, but she...
It wouldn't be inconceivable for you to have an internship at Gothcorp. And I would allow that level of convenience. We could even say that you have suspected that Gothcorp has some kind of connection to this for a while. And now that, Batman's on it, you're kind of okay, well, now I'm very sure.
I think it would be too convenient if I was an intern at Gothcorp. Because it takes a while to get an internship somewhere.
Not in a movie.
Yeah, that's the thing that sucks about Moxie. That's the thing that sucks about some movies is they're unbelievable in things that would very easily have been made believable. So I'll say she.
That's what Caleb likes in his blockbuster movies: detailed realism in internship programs.
Well, just not laziness.
What if you were a barista in the in-house, like, Starbucks?
No, see, that's worse. To me, that's...
Barbara Gordon, Starbucks barista.
We could just say that she's.
We could just say that she's not there and move along.
Yeah, that's almost because it almost doesn't make sense that she would be there at all.
Do you want to do some hacking?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Because that's also kind of her thing at this point is she's not just following Batman and Robin around. She wants to be more like backup than another partner. Like she might be off doing something else because she's like, I know they can handle this Gothcorp thing. And I'm pretty sure I have some like pictures of stuff.
Men in the
I don't
shower.
know. Evidence. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so to move along here,
Yeah.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna have this conversation. This will be like more pages from Telltale Games book. We're gonna have this conversation with I got a little southern there. Did you hear that conversation?
It was
With,
that bad.
Okay, with Ferris Bueller. I'm so glad that we've made a joke name because it's a lot easier to remember that than his real name. With Ferris Bueller and George Clooney, and anytime you two want to interject into this to like cut away to you to do something, just do it. Like I don't have to ask you if it's your turn. I'm not going to tell you it's your turn. You're just going to Phoenix Wright style be like, hold it! And you're going to do something, okay? Another thing. Ooh, that's another thing I want to tell you guys. You guys have just been some, like, super well-behaved role-playing game players. I think you should do a little less of that. I think a lot of you guys have been like, okay, you like have been like trying not to like overstep the bounds of like what a player can do. You were like, I'm not allowed to like shape the world. That's supposed to be the GM's job. If you want to do a thing, like let's say like you're in a fight scene or something, and you're like, I want to punch this person. If you have an idea of like how that altercation could go, you can like speak for the NPC too.
I speak for the trees.
Yeah, you can speak for the trees.
Okay.
Yeah. Where next time Batman fights some trees, maybe actually will happen.
Why would Batman fight the... Oh.
Poison Ivy. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so you come to Ferris Bueller's office, and he's like, "Hey, George, how are you doing? What's the occasion?" I feel like I should mention that like you and like Gothcorp are competitors in some ways, but you are not like bitter competitors. There's just some overlap, but you're not Nintendo and Sega in the 90s. You're more like Nintendo and Sega now.
Am I Nintendo?
Do you want to be Nintendo?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what? I would definitely say that Gothcorp is Nintendo, and like anything else in town is Sega.
Okay, perfect. Hey, I heard it was your day off, so I decided to pop in for a visit.
He says like, George, you know that anyone that's in competition with Gothcorp doesn't have a day off, but I can give a couple hours for brandy and cigars.
Aw.
Can I interest you?
Perfect. I would love some. We gotta, catch up for old time's sake. I miss the days when we would just have brandy and cigars every Tuesday.
Yes, Tuesdays. That was brandy and cigar day, certainly.
Yep.
As they're moving into the office and getting the whole brandy and cigars thing, I wanted to cut to Robin, who is across the street, up on the top of the building, just kind of like hanging out on the ledge with like his surveillance gear out, just eating a sandwich. Just eating a grilled cheese sandwich that he prepared and brought home with him.
how long are we going to like linger on him chewing before we cut back?
At least 3 chews, maybe
like
half,
3 bites?
a half more. Yeah,
Like, yeah, like a
Chews or,
chomp.
like 3 fully chewed bites.
Not like a chomp and then some chews.
yeah, 1 bite,
Yeah.
3 chews, and like maybe half of a swallow. Like it cuts right at that.
Is Tim Drake a vegetarian? I feel like this is important.
No, he is not.
Yeah.
But you
Okay.
can be a vegetarian and eat cheese, Ben.
I know. That's why I'm asking.
In fact, you know what? I think he put some lettuce on this grilled cheese sandwich just to piss off Poison Ivy.
You know, sometimes they'll put like tomato on it, and I'm like, why? Why are you doing this?
Yeah, like, do you know?
Onion.
Would a
I
grilled
get
cheese
onion,
sandwich
kind
be
of, actually.
good with like bacon on it?
Well, lots of people do that, but I think it's overkill.
Like, I've never tried that. I might have to do that.
I think it's just people needing to cool it with the bacon.
Well, if you want to have a croque monsieur, you just put a slice of ham in there.
Mm.
That's how the French do.
Yeah,
That is how
Alex,
the
I
French
said the
do.
word croque monsieur the other day, and you made fun of me for saying those words for 15 real minutes.
Yeah.
Why are you not doing that to Jinsey?
Well, it sounds right when they say it.
This is the proper situation.
Yeah.
Bastard.
Talking about putting pork on cheese sandwiches.
You were just saying it to show off. Like, look at the long French words I know.
a croque
I'm a blessing
monsieur.
I'm a blessing to your lives. I just would like to remind you all.
This is true, Chris. Carry on.
Anyway.
But yeah, that's all I
Anyway.
want. All I wanted to do.
Okay, so you're back. So I kind of like that. It like establishes that he's there. Ferris opens up. He pours you brandy from. He has one of those like nice like glass decanters, and he opens a box
Fancy.
of cigars. And he kind of puts it towards you, and he says, "They're not Cubans," and he like winks at you,
I'm sorry.
reminding you that there's an embargo on Cuban cigars, and they are illegal.
Oh, yes. The joke is that they are Cubans and they're... Okay, I get it now. I'm sorry. Right. Ha 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 ha. Take one. That's how George Clooney, played by Neil Patrick Harris, laughs, by the way.
I forgot that it was Neil Patrick Harris and not George Clooney as himself. I've definitely been imagining George Clooney this whole time.
I know.
Did we land that I was played by Michael Cera?
Yes, I believe so.
Man, that makes the sandwich scene like way better.
Yeah, it does.
No, stop. I'm just gonna pay you. Okay. What was I saying? Okay. So Ferris asks you why you're here. Hey, what's the occasion? Why are you coming by? Yeah, I have to. Knowing you, the pleasure is always mixed with at least a drip of business.
Well, first and foremost, of course, I was sitting in my giant mansion all alone with just my ward, my young ward. Did we decide that ward was weird? We decided that it wasn't weird, right?
Oh, it definitely is weird.
I don't know what else to call him. My
I think
adopted
that's where
son.
I think that is
Did I
also
adopt
where we
him?
landed on it. Down, no.
Just a cacophony of dogs.
I know.
Mine left.
No, I'm actually shouting at you guys.
Oh, sorry, I'll get down now. Excuse me. How did you know?
I was standing on top of my desk at the time, so...
Yeah, Jinxie's just like monkeys squatting on their desk.
Like L. Or light, or whatever.
Yeah. No, it's L. Yeah, Light's the bad guy / protagonist.
Yes, thank you. L.
Yeah. So he asked you why you're here, and you said what? You were. I interrupted you.
I said, I was sitting in my giant mansion with my adopted son, and I realized that I needed some grown adult conversation. So I was on my way just to hang out with my very good friend Ferris Bueller, but on the way, I heard something. It was so weird. I heard some, gossip upon the streets about some weird, ice robbery that happened. And how crazy is that? So I wanted to come gossip about it.
Oh, you mean the thing over at the Botanical Garden?
Yes! How weird was that? No,
I
not the
don't know.
Botanical Gardens. The museum.
Oh, yeah, that was from yeah. I guess they both kind of happened last night, didn't they? Did they?
I don't know, Ben. You gotta tell me. I'm so sorry. Which one was the one that I got the... What, it was the Botanical Gardens?
I know episodes 1 and 2 happened on the same evening, but I don't remember if time passed between 2 and 3.
Anyway, they said something about this crazy gun that was found, and rumor has it came from you. Isn't that weird?
He's kind of quiet for a second. He's not looking at you.
Oh gosh, I'm
and he
so
says,
sorry.
he
I
says,
did not mean to imply anything wrong with that. I did not mean to imply that at all. You know, I was just coming here to chat about the crazy peasants on the street. I am so sorry.
Peasants? It's kind of a messed up thing to say, George. What, you mean like... I guess I just don't think having money makes me better than other people. I don't know what to say to that.
Oh, me neither, of course.
I got this friend, Cameron. Like, he's pretty poor, but... like, I mean, like, his dad's rich, and he just, like... He was so mean to him his whole life.
Oh, yeah. Rich people
Listen,
can
he
make it
thought
worse
driving a
sometimes.
car backwards would take the odometer down.
He's like, so a gun? George, we're friends. I can tell you, we don't develop weaponry here. I mean, I guess we develop. I'm not saying we never develop anything dangerous, but we're not like a government contractor or anything. We don't. We're at least not a military contractor. We don't make weapons.
Yeah, that's why I thought it was so weird that they were talking about it.
Well,
So,
what kind of gun are we talking here?
you know, the dangerous kind that hurts people. I didn't think that you were in the business of hurting anyone, by the way. I told them that my dear friend Ferris Bueller was not that kind of guy. But, it was something about, like, freezing people. Do you do anything with, like, cryogenics or something like that perhaps someone stole the information for to make some kind of weapon?
What,
Just,
are
you
you a
know.
cop now, George?
Of course not. And George takes a long drag on his cigar.
He's like, well, we used to have a cryogenics department actually, but yeah, that got shut down. There was a pretty bad accident a while back, and yeah.
Oh my gosh, I had no idea what happened.
Oh, there was a guy, a doctor. His name was Victor. He well, we caught him using I mean, like, I know earlier I said we don't make weapons, but we make some, we work with some stuff that could be pretty dangerous, and
Of course.
he was using the cryogenics to do some unauthorized projects, and we tried to shut him down, but he got violent. He pulled a gun on us, and in the altercation there was an accident, and some of the equipment broke, and it just doused him in the stuff. He died instantly.
Oh no, that's very upsetting. I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, it was rough, but no, but yeah, all the equipment, everything for that project was destroyed. So I can't imagine anything could have been taken from here and reused. Wherever you heard that rumor, it must have been just a rumor.
Of course, that happens all the time. Thank you again for sharing your lovely office with me. I really am enjoying myself. I'm so sorry to have brought up all of this, negative stuff. How have you been?
I get it. I know I said earlier that having money doesn't make us better than anyone, but it does put us in a position of responsibility, and we got to check up on each other, right? Make sure
Of
we're
course.
and he almost seems to have a glint in his eye as he says, using our power responsibly.
Right. I'm sorry, do you think I'm not using my power responsibly?
I think that's a question you should ask yourself every day, George. I ask myself that every day. But no, I wasn't implying anything specific.
Well, that's good to know.
How is your boy? What's his name? Tim?
Yep, is it Tim?
It is Tim.
It is Tim.
Yeah, oh, Tim. You know, he's doing great. You know, at first I wasn't sure if taking on, a kid was something that I would be best at. But we all got to do our part, and he's doing great. He's acclimating very well.
I want to
I
cut to Tim right now, and he's just sitting on the roof picking his nose.
Three.
His hygiene is impeccable.
Hey, Batgirl, you've been pretty quiet.
I guess I could go ahead and say what I feel like she's doing. So, she's a college-age student, but she still lives in the city where, I'm just gonna go ahead and say, Commissioner Gordon's her dad. Still lives in the city where he's a commissioner, so she's like over, what time of day is it?
I think it's always like the middle of the night in Gotham.
Okay, I was thinking like 6 or 7 p.m. Okay, so yeah, she's like at Commissioner Gordon's house for dinner, just like checking her PDA that is transcribing what's going on in the meeting. Because she's tapped.
Did you collaborate with Clooney to do this?
No, she's tapping into Tim's surveillance because she's already established like a connection like between their headsets.
I'm gonna check back on the records of when Victor quote unquote died.
Okay, it was about like 8 years ago, and there is actually some security data. It's like security camera data that is like really buried in the system. Like they thought they deleted it, but they didn't really scrub it. They didn't like burn the server like they should have, or whatever, if they were trying to hide it.
I definitely watched that.
Okay. So what you see on that security tape is basically what Ferris Bueller told George Clooney, just with a couple of like very important details taken out. For one thing, you do see this doctor, Victor Fries. He appears to be working on. There's a person in a like cryogenic tube. And he appears to be working on something to do with that person. And then Bueller does indeed come in with a couple of security guards. And it seems to be like an angry altercation. Bueller kind of says that he's shutting down this project. It was draining his company's funds, and this was this research was not approved by him, and that makes Victor freak out. Victor begs him not to, and he says something that makes you think that this person in this tube is a woman who he cares for very much, and that if he stops this project, that that it will effectively kill her. Victor pulls a gun on Bueller. Bueller kind of tells his guards to open fire on him, and Victor falls into a table of these cryonic chemicals. And yeah, and it looks bad. And then that's the end of the tape.
Can I find any files about what happened with the equipment and the program? The floating lady?
A lot of those seem to be scrubbed clean. But you can tell that where that room was in the building.
In Gothcorp?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to retcon this a little bit. So the scene already happened where it showed that Barbara was at Commissioner Gordon's house just for like dinner. She gets up and she says thanks and leaves though. Says, yeah, I have some homework to do. I need to get back to my place and leaves. And then, oh God, how did, I guess she goes and gets on her bike, drives away a little bit, and then puts on like her bat costume and radios in to Robin, and says like, what did you see? I heard you gasp or something. I don't know.
Okay.
That doesn't make any sense.
No. I like that. I think that is good.
Like, are you still spying on us, little girl?
Ew, don't say that.
I
know he does in the movie, but like, don't do that. We're trying to make this better.
Okay,
I know.
In this one, she's like 10 years older than you.
yeah.
That's what makes it funny.
Michael Cera is just a eternal 12-year-old.
Yep.
I tell Batgirl what happened.
Are you gonna try it? I want to do a voice, but I just don't know how to do like a good. Are you gonna try and go inside?
Oh, no, it's bad.
No,
just
no,
do your voice in a slightly
just
higher
do your
register.
voice.
That's all you gotta do.
Yeah.
Just do it like this. That's all you gotta do.
No, she's also getting a bat voice. Are you gonna try and go inside?
Nope. I think that's great. Do that. Yeah.
I gotta do my Robin voice. Hold on.
You sound like Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I was gonna do it. I was gonna head in there and see what I could find.
I've not been spying on you because I don't trust you. I'm not good with coming up with dialogue right on the spot. But
It's
I
good,
wanted to
'cause
say
we've been doing
something
this a lot longer than you have.
something along the lines of I'm on my way to help you, not
Okay.
hinder you. If that makes sense.
Do I know any of this is going on? I guess I do because of our bat telepathy.
Yeah, I assume I'm radioing you a play-by-play as I'm doing this.
Yes, perfect. Okay.
Batman. Well, Clooney, really.
Yes.
Earlier, I think you were going to say something, and then they launched into their like pretty good role playing there. Do you remember what that was?
Yes, it was
And do
great.
you still want to say it?
No, I was just going to help Robin out by asking what Dr. Victor's last name was. Or is Dr. Victor his last name?
It is Victor Freeze.
All right, Victor Freeze.
But
It's
like
Victor Freeze!
It's like F-R-I-E-S.
Uh-huh. Yep,
Why did you
sure it
What
is.
did you yell that? Wait, explain to me again why you yelled his name out.
No, I like that. She's just standing in the like Neil Patrick Harris just standing in the office. What was Dr. Victor's last name? Oh, it's Freeze. Ah, it's Dr. Freeze. Dr. How do you spell it?
Did you get that? Freeze?
No, that was my telepathy. I was yelling in telepathy.
No, I'm
Okay.
sorry. It's way better if you just say it out loud. And then Ferris
yes.
Bueller is like, yeah, that's the last name of the guy that we were talking about like 15 minutes ago.
I guess I'm waiting for Batgirl to arrive so we can infiltrate this secret room.
She lands next to you. Hello.
Ah! I jump off the building.
I don't catch you. You die.
All right, let's make a new character, Alex. I thought it'd be cool if someone would be Huntress or Spoiler, maybe.
I'm gonna play Question.
The hell you are. I am not going to have
He is now.
I am not going to have two gravelly voiced detective characters in this arc.
Yeah, but I'm not
He is
even
now
really
Booster
gravelly
Gold.
voiced.
Question isn't a gravelly voiced character.
Oh, I guess not. He's definitely dour, though.
Yeah, I mean he's got no face.
Yeah, that's gross. I mean, he's just the blueprint for Rorschach from Watchmen. Like, he was gonna be Rorschach from Watchmen, and then they were like, if we kill some of these characters, maybe we shouldn't. If Al's gonna kill some of these characters, maybe we should make him make up his own characters. Instead of killing these characters we just bought. Right. Sorry, I'm gonna stop. One of these days I'm gonna stop derailing the conversation and talk about Alan Moore.
I doubt that it'll ever happen.
He's a weirdo. Anyway, so what are you guys doing? You guys are going to this room?
Yep.
So you know which room it is, though?
Yeah,
You
I've got a layout.
Okay.
I've got the architectural layout.
Yeah, I would be fine if you guys just like found your way there and are like outside the door to. You definitely go down this hallway and you find this like out-of-the-way place. There's even this like,
No. This is a great chance to have like a cool first time Tim and Barbara team up to sneak into a place scene.
Yeah, can we like knock out some guards?
Okay,
Yeah.
I will say you find the floor where you need to go, and but yeah, you are in a safe place right now, and you can definitely see that there's some guards in the way of where you need to go.
What? Guards? I didn't want to knock out any guards today.
Yep, there are not. They are armed with guns, which seems like a thing they should not be allowed to be armed with.
I know, right? This is a gun-free zone.
My cat. I wonder if my cat's coming in over the mic, growling at this.
I can't.
Anyway, yeah. So we'll say you guys. Do you guys want to be in like a vent or like behind a door, or what?
I think it'd be just in my mind what I'm picturing is like we sent a couple of lines across to the building and we no, that doesn't make sense because you can't zip line up.
You could if you had a grappling hook or something, like one of those Batman grappling hooks.
Yeah, so we do that, and so we're like suspended on the outside of the building is what I'm saying in my head.
You like if you peek around the edge into the window, you can see into an empty office, and the door is open to this empty office. And beyond that, you see the hallway where you need to go. You can also see that this hallway is being patrolled by two guards, and this hallway is T-shaped. So one of the guards is patrolling the like horizontal hallway, and the other one's patrolling the vertical hallway. And occasionally they'll meet and kind of like turn around, and like Metal Gear Solid style. What do you guys want to do?
This would be much better if we were in a vent system.
Don't you have the schematics of the building?
I do.
Can you find a vent system that would be accessible and a vent nearby?
Let me boot that up on the old Batberry.
Nice.
Boop, 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 boop. Okay, I did it.
Sorry, I had Angry Birds open.
This whole Flappy Bird thing. I don't understand.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't make sense to have Angry Birds open in 1990.
But yeah, let's go through the ventilation system and see if we can get a little bit closer, and maybe we can look out these guards to get into this room.
Is there a grate nearby?
I don't know how buildings work, but like, sure, there's one on the outside of this building.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's got to exhaust somewhere, right?
If it's a ventilation system, yes, it vents to the outside of the building.
Yeah, but I don't know where they are. Are they not at the top of the building? Like, it seems like they would be.
There would be some along the walls.
Okay, well, For ease, we'll just say that that's definitely what's happening.
Yeah.
Like that Spider-Man PS4 mission where you have to like gum up the heat exhaust pipes or whatever, or like ungum them.
Yeah.
I don't quite remember. It's like that. That's how the building is.
Yeah. Okay, so we do that. Squeak, 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 squeak.
Squeak, squeak, squeak.
Shuffle,
Okay.
shuffle.
The ventilation system does not go into the room you need to get into. It does, however, run the length of the T-shaped hallway. And we'll say there are vents at each end of the T and in the middle of the T.
Okay, so what I propose is, they're patrolling? Do they meet at the middle of the T?
Okay. Yeah. That is how that works.
Is that how it works? So if they meet at the middle of the T, when they split up and go the opposite way.
Oh, and by the way, every time they do it, you can tell that they've been doing this like 6 times an hour, 8 hours a day for like a long time, and like they just don't know how to not make it awkward anymore. Hey.
Just do the ruffle your mouth smile at each other. He was saying.
Well, what I was saying is, when they part ways, we'll just drop through each vent, like Arkham Asylum style, and like just knock them out and pull them back up through the vent.
Okay. Sounds good.
Let's roll some fighting.
I need to go get my dice. Crap. 1 second.
All right. Fighting. There it is. I'm going to spend a point
Okay, good.
to make sure that this happens. Hopefully. Oh yeah, it's a 5 plus 1 is 6.
Can I do something just to like add to the scene a little bit?
Of course.
So we're like looking down at where like their crossing point, right?
Right.
I actually assume that we're in separate places, looking down away from their crossing point.
Oh, okay. So we're on like each end of the hall. Okay. Well, then my thing wouldn't make sense then.
Well, what was your thing? Maybe it'll be better.
I was gonna say like while they were crossing, I could like drop like a little device that like springs out an attention rod on either side, just to like confuse them and have them looking down, and then we drop on them with like a surprise attack.
I mean,
But
we could do that.
What are you doing?
That's up to you.
I think I like yours better. We're on
Okay.
either side of the hall.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like we just drop on them after they've turned and gone separate ways.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, so now you gotta decide if you're gonna spend any points and then roll your d6.
No, I'm not gonna. Well, no, I should go ahead and spend points.
It's probably good, yeah, because they'll reset after each encounter.
Yeah.
That's actually not true.
Yes, it is, Ben.
At like the beginning of each session, they reset, right?
In the rules, it says they reset at the end of each encounter.
Yeah, but this whole thing is an encounter.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that it's not.
Oh.
Yeah, like next session, we'll have all our points back. If we get through this encounter tonight.
I think I could
Yeah.
decide that, but okay.
Or if there's a next scene or something.
Well, no, I'm not deciding that. That's just what you've told us. Trying to get that right.
I guess that's probably accurate then. Anyway, roll the dice.
I'm going to spend 3.
Okay.
So that's a 6.
Okay, you both rolled 6. The guards each rolled a 5, so you guys do it.
Woo! Yeah.
Like pretty deftly, you guys do it. You win. And so now this hallway is clear, and you can go up to the door you need to go through.
Nice. Wait, can I roleplay how I do it?
Yes. Yeah, because we're gonna do a thing here. But yeah, what is it?
So like from the vent system, I like whisper, "Hey, up here," and then he looks up, and I go through hands first and like land on his face, like bouncing on his face, and then
Okay.
like I twist around and like bring his head into the ground, just like
Okay.
with my body weight, just bring him down.
Sure. And he's not dead somehow?
No, just very knocked out. I assume he's wearing a helmet. If he's like a guard,
We're just
walking
in
around with a
Tekken
gun.
now. Just like breaking walls and ceilings, but then they're fine. Not even any blood.
Yeah.
Alex, do you have anything that was cool? Or I should say, Robin?
Oh, I just kind of like I like attach my rappel line to the vent, and then I just drop down and like kind of like swoop him up in my my little cape, my little yellow cape,
Okay.
and then I like bring him back up into the vent and like just punch him in the head.
Cool. So you are just doing an Arkham Asylum style.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you guys can approach this door now.
Let's do it.
Awesome.
It is quite a door. It's locked. It looks like a door in Jurassic Park. It's got this like yellow and black striping on it, and there's this like keypad thing there that like doesn't even seem to work anymore.
What is this, oak?
That is mahogany.
That is something to marvel at. All right.
No, it's something to DC at.
I spy the keypad and I do a little mock bow and a gesture like after you.
Why, thank you. I take out my... Yeah, the Batberry.
Batberry. TM.
So you think that you could hack this thing to open this door, but it would make an alarm go off, and there is no way to disable that alarm.
Are there, like, adjacent doors that we might be able to...
Nope, this is the only door into this place, and it seems like they were really trying to not let anyone near this thing.
I want to believe that there was just, like an open door next to it that obviously goes into this room. They're like, oh, why don't we just use that one?
Like in Fallout 4, the like the doors that just open next to the like super high level lockpick doors.
Yeah.
Nope,
Okay.
nope. I'm not Bethesda. I designed my game a little better.
Ooh, shots fired.
Actually, they're very good at design. They're bad at execution.
Okay. You've already hacked into...
Was that refreshing, Alex?
It was.
You've already hacked into old Bueller's
I
files,
have.
right?
Yeah, what if
you
I
might
can
be
just
able
go
to
into
find
their
a
system?
passcode. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just see
Oh,
if I
no,
can
no,
find the passcode.
no. The keypad is like destroyed. The only way to open this door is to like hotwire it.
Well, what if I've already cracked into their system? What if I just disabled their alarm from the front desk?
You cannot disable this alarm. It's on its own system, and it's
Right,
it's
I'm not.
even-
I'm not disabling the alarm itself. I'm disabling their receiver at the other end. Okay, so the alarm will trigger from the door, but I'm disabling their receiver so they don't hear the alarm.
This alarm doesn't seem to be electronic. I mean, it's electronic in the sense that it uses electricity, but it doesn't use computers. It's like how it'd be like trying to hack. It'd be like trying to hack a sprinkler to get it to not like sprinkle when fire went off. Like it's not a thing you can do.
So then there's going to be a circuit or a wire that goes to an alarm bell that I can cut.
No. I mean, I guess you could try.
I'm gonna try that.
Okay.
I mean, every alarm system has a way to be turned off or shut off.
Sure.
It's not just a magic alarm that was always in place.
Fine.
I'm gonna try to do that.
What's a skill you can use to do that?
Well, if it's not computers, and it's probably not botany, it might not be linguistics.
Is it notice?
You know, I try to throw the whole notice thing in, and Ben's just not having it every session.
Yeah. Infiltration?
Notice is just if you're like in a room, in like a big room, and you need me to like
you know, what if
it's like a perception check.
Infiltration?
What if it's explosives?
Okay.
I could try to pack a controlled charge to blast the door away from the alarm receiver.
Okay. I like this.
So while this is going on, Ferris Bueller and I are just, chatting about life and his family and my family and our recent trips to Disney World together.
Yeah.
Continue.
I feel like Batman would go to a Warner Brothers theme park, don't you think?
No.
Certainly
yeah, Warner
go
Brothers
to
sucks. They don't even have any real characters in this universe.
Look.
Certainly wouldn't go to that Marvel Den of Sin Disney World.
Last time we went to Universal Studios, there was another Batman there, and he made George Clooney feel so uncomfortable. George Clooney just didn't like it, okay?
Wait, there's like a Florida Batman? Is that what you're saying?
Wasn't there?
Benjamin, there's a Batman for every state.
Is that what Batman Incorporated is? I never read that.
Yes. Maybe?
I know there was Japan Batman. Pan Man. No, it didn't work. Anyway, I like explosions. Do you want to? So do you definitely do that?
I'm definitely doing that. I will even spend a point to make sure it works.
Okay. Well, I don't.
It's under the tech tree, which is not the general.
If you spend a point, it's more like you get a little bonus.
Yeah, I want the bonus to be I don't set off the alarm.
Well, you don't have to choose the bonus.
Aww.
No, but just putting thoughts in your head.
Okay, go ahead and so we're gonna do that. We're gonna make it explode.
All right. A controlled explosion.
Well, sure. The explosion though is still an explosion, and it definitely it's definitely loud. But it kind of like destroys everything here, so the alarm does not go off.
Yeah.
I do, however, it is loud, and so I want to cut back to Batman and Ferris. And Batman and Ferris, you both kind of distantly hear this. And I guess Batman, you have an idea of what's going on.
Yes, because of telepathy.
Yeah, and like Ferris Bueller is like, what in blazes? And he's like, excuse me a second, and he's walking to his desk to like pick up the phone to call someone.
Oh, Ferris, I'm sure that, if your security team is more than capable of handling whatever that is. I'm really interested to know about how your cats were doing. You were just telling me about, the one with diabetes. Please tell me how that one's doing.
Do you have like a bluff skill or something?
So we're going to go to Charm. And I'm going to charm him by saying, Ferris, I know that you run this business like, a proper ship. Because you used to be in the Navy, right? And you were so good at it. And I know that you've got plenty of security people who can handle that. But I'm really interested to know about your cat and how, she's doing with all the diabetes shots. Can you show me pictures?
He says, like, why do you not want me to be concerned about that scent?
What?
You've been asking a lot of strange questions today, George.
I'm sorry. I thought that we were just friends getting together and talking about life stuff. I didn't know that I was doing something wrong there. Maybe I should go and let you attend to your business things. I'm so sorry, friend. I didn't mean to bother you. You're clearly stressed out.
I think that does it. I think the idea of, like, George Clooney leaving because of something he said is, like, not a thing he likes. Like, you don't want to run George Clooney out of your building, even if you're a business competitor with him. And he's like, no, I'm sorry. I'm just skittish lately.
I understand.
It's been a lot of weird stuff happening in the city.
I understand. We've all been under, a lot of stress and pressure, and there has been a lot of weird things. That's, one of the reasons I wanted to come and talk to you and make sure you were doing okay, especially, since I heard those weird rumors. I just wanted to make sure that, you hadn't heard them yet, and if you had, that you were doing okay with them, because, gosh, you remember last year when those crazy rumors were flying around my business, and you came personally to give me that gift basket. That really touched me, and, I just wanted to come hang out like old friends, like we used to do.
Yeah. He does this, like, crooked Linus from Charlie Brown's smile, and he feels touched by that, and he was like, yeah, we've always put our friendship first, haven't we?
Yeah, but, honestly, of course, I understand that you as a businessman, if you need to get to this, I can, step out and...
No, you're right. I hired good people who can take care of it. I'll ask about it later. You're more important.
Okay, well, if you're sure.
You were successful. Good job.
Yay!
Okay, let's go back to the other guys. I would say that Batman has bought you some time, but, like...
Yeah, we gotta be quick about it.
There's not much in this room. True to his word, this seems to have been shut down and sealed off a long time ago. It doesn't even seem to have been cleaned up after the altercation you saw on the tape, except that there's definitely not a body of a guy in here. But there is that tube, and there does still seem to be a person in it, so I guess there is a body.
Oh my god.
Are there vitals coming off of this person? Is there any kind of readings?
This person is barely alive, but they are alive. This thing is still plugged in for some reason. This tube is still plugged in. It's still, even though the rest of this room is deserted and non-operational, there's also a small chart. Well, not a small chart, like a clipboard that's at the base of this tube.
I will look at that chart.
Okay. Do you have some sort of literacy skill? No.
Can you read?
Well, it's in English, so I think you're good. Yeah, but you can also read the Dr. Chicken Scratch on it, so that's good because of your linguistic skills. So basically what this clipboard tells you is that this person's name is Nora Freeze. And her last name is spelled like Victor Freeze's last name.
I wonder if it's his mom.
Well, her age is listed as 31, which makes you think that no, she would not be that adult man's mom.
You're assuming a lot.
No.
Okay. What else does the chart tell me, Benjamin?
I know you probably have some medical knowledge. Do you have medical on your sheet?
I mean, I could tell you I
ask.
do.
There is medical expertise.
Yeah, but do you? Like, don't lie to me.
Oh, I thought you were just asking if there was a thing on the sheet.
No, I do not.
I guess you guys probably basically put at least 1 point in everything, didn't you? This game is like broken, or I'm doing it wrong. Probably that one.
It's probably a little bit of both.
A little bit column A, a little bit column B. Well, okay. Well, one thing that's different is that really this game is supposed to be like long, detailed, complicated, intricate campaigns, like yarn on pens, like on a cork board with pictures on it, complicated, and like so you're supposed to be like having to like really spend your points a lot, and like and that's not how we've been doing it.
Stuff that makes for really good podcasts.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I watched the creator of the game, like, play it on YouTube a little bit, and it was, like, awful. Like, I mean, it was probably a great game, but, like, watching 5 people play it and I wasn't participating was terrible. I don't know where I was going with. Oh, right. But, so your medical knowledge will tell you that, like, this is above and beyond. I know it's weird to tell you that you can't read anything else in this chart, but your medical knowledge tells you that it's just crazy advanced. This is not something that even like smart doctor people would be able to tell. Whoever wrote this was on the cusp of something. She seems to be suffering from some sort of like terminal disease. And that she was in this cryogenesis for like 2 reasons. 1, to keep her alive, and 2, the cryogenesis seems to have been a key to the cure for her condition. And you have found the core clue.
Yay, we did it.
Yay!
Radical!
Which was Nora Freeze is still alive and in this this building. So you guys have what you need. Do you guys leave? Like, how do you guys get out of here now?
I've been taking pictures.
Pictures are a good thing to take. Is there any way to like reinforce the power conduit to like maybe, you know, up her quality of stasis?
I would say that's beyond your like scientific knowledge. Like, I know you probably have a lot on there, but like you don't know what Victor Freeze knows. Again, this machine is like nothing you've ever seen or heard of. It's incredibly advanced. But I figured you'd also figure like it's worked this long by itself.
Is there a way we can replace the door so that...
Well, you're running out of time. So
I think
I would say you don't have time to do that.
at this point the damage is done and we should just ghost.
Okay.
In fact, let me get my guy out of the vent, and I'm gonna put some explosives on him.
Oh, you're gonna frame him?
Yeah.
Nice.
I like that we're
You
just
are hearing
assuming there's no
footsteps.
cameras in this hallway.
You're hearing like you're hearing like footsteps like thunder down
Yeah.
the hallway.
Let's ghost out of here.
Okay, yeah. Can we run across the hall and go out that window?
I mean,
Yes.
let's go back in the vents.
Those are loud, though.
Not if we're quiet about it.
If you just book it, you can definitely get out that window.
Okay, we book it.
All right.
George
Back
Clooney
to
is-
Batman.
Yes.
Oh yeah, George Clooney. Sorry. You can tell what you're gonna do, but right as they do that, like back in the office, his phone rings.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, excuse me a second. I think I really do need to get this.
Of course. Take your time. I'll just be sitting here looking at these cute pictures that you're showing me.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
Of the cat.
Yeah. He picks up the phone and he listens for a minute and he looks very concerned. And he's like, "I'll be there in a minute." And he puts the phone down and he's like, "George, I'm sorry to be rude, but seems I really do have a situation here. Can we do this again sometime though?"
Yes, of course. I'm so sorry. Yeah, please do. I'll call again maybe, in a couple of weeks. How does that sound?
Yeah, that sounds great. This was nice.
All right, yeah, it was nice. We should definitely do this again soon. But you take care of whatever you need to do. I'll see myself out. Don't worry.
Okay. He kind of hurries you out of his office, and another employee like shows you out of the building like very politely, calling you like Mr. Clooney and stuff. And yeah, so you've all have like left the building. You found the core clue. You've all escaped safely, and secretly. And let's go to our like final scene here.
Somewhere, Mr. Freeze stands in shadows. "She's alive?" he says incredulously. "She was," a muffled voice says, "until you crossed the bat and his brats." They show Mr. Freeze a picture of Robin and Batgirl, framed in a way that suggests they are tampering with Nora's tube. Mr. Freeze crumples the photograph in his hand in despair and lets out a wail. This despair curdles to anger, and he activates a new gleaming cannon on his forearm.
You are a good person, and as a good person, you understand the importance of good technology. Hi, I'm George Clooney, head of CloonTech. Here at CloonTech, we understand that good people can't fight the injustices of personal life and business unarmed. That is why we are the leading distributors of PDAs throughout Gotham. Keep yourself and your information safe with our latest model, the Clune 9000. And always remember to not be evil.